Hi, so my name is Gertrūda and I'm an artist working with personal development as a performance. So basically developing oneself and using it as an artistic tool. And this is the beginning of my new durational endurance video TikTok and not only based performance where I knit in order to reduce my anxiety, improve neuroplasticity. The project will end when one of my knitted objects will be sold in an art market, so it will take a while. Stay tuned. In mindful knitting, it's all about the journey and not about the scarf. And yeah, that's the beginning of my new art project where I will knit, knit, and knit, and knit. So the title of this performance you are seeing now in this video, it's a working title and it is Neuroplasticity or I Love You, Gertrūda. And the title is kind of explaining the work. So neuroplasticity is this concept of the brain's ability to modify its connections or rewire itself. And knitting is one of the possible ways to improve it. Neuroplasticity is really interesting to me, not only because it's a big thing in academia and contemporary art, but also because it's becoming more and more related with mainstream personal development. So yeah, tell you more later. Mwah. So in previous video I already mentioned that knitting releases serotonin through rhythmic repetitive movement, but there's more apparently. So by knitting and creating objects one can also get a dopamine boost. So like knitting produces dopamine, and dopamine is associated with the feeling of reward. So a lot of happiness hormones going on and serotonin and dopamine, what a rewarding practice knitting is, and there's even more to it. Mwah. Okay, so what are the supposed health benefits of knitting? And I will name just a few. So it's distraction from chronic pain, increased sense of well-being, reduced loneliness and isolation. It can reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and of course boost your mood. These all things I found on Google, not sure if it's true or not, but I'm trying. So I have quite some anxiety, and that's one of the reasons why knitting was so attractive to me. Because supposedly it's soothing and helping with that. And in art, I'm really interested in using your own personal issues and vulnerabilities as an artistic tool. Mwah. I am planning to knit every day and upload a video here every day until the goal of this project is reached. Hi, so I'm gonna make the same scarf over and over again until they are sold in the art market as art objects. And the longer it takes, the longer I can enjoy anxiety soothing, neuroplasticity improving, and happiness hormone stimulating benefits of knitting. So it's basically success and failing. Mwah. Before starting this project, I had absolutely no idea how to knit, and surprisingly it was really hard to learn. So the process of this project will be, I'm gonna make the same scarf over and over again with the words I love you Gertrūda written on it. I love you Gertrūda. Imagine how it will look in the final installation if I will have to make 50, 100, 200 or unlimited amount, because I make it until art market buys it. Sorry, quantity over quality or what? Hi, so this is obviously extremely performative, but it's fun to experiment with different setups for this probably really long-term endurance performance art piece, where I knit my way to zero or reduced anxiety, improved brain function, and or place in an art market. Knitting is a great activity to practice self-compassion because of increased awareness, etc. You know what also really helps with self-compassion? Well, saying to yourself, I love you, that's why I'm making a scarf with I love you, Gertrūda, written on it. It appears to me that knitting is somehow mostly seen as being a really wholesome activity. Domestic, fragile, maybe overall really innocent. And I was thinking, but does it remain the same way if it's purely performative? If, for example, I'm not wholesome at all, but want to trick you into that to appear this way? Commodification is a word that is used so much that it became annoying. Same goes for instrumentalization, appropriation, monetization, and similar. And I want to do all these things using some of my vulnerabilities. For the sake of art, of course, while knitting the object that says I love you, Gertrūda, on TikTok. Mwah.